Let it go, let it go. Power creep never bothered me anyway. Greetings internet, Didier here, and we just have under 2 months until the new Awakening set is gonna be released. This is the 6th expansion set of the Dragon Ball Z card game, the 7th set that we have to work with Panini Dragon Ball Z. Panini just dropped a bomb on us with this first reveal. You all didn't see this coming, and neither did I. They've implemented something called a frozen list, which basically just means that they're gonna be choosing some cards that you're not going to be able to use in organized play. You're still going to be able to use these cards in casual play. Like you go to locals, you play with your friends, feel free to use these cards. They're not saying that these cards are overpowered. The only reason why they're doing this, and they stated this in the Panini blog, is to promote a little bit more creativity in deck building. There are some pretty awesome cards in this game, and while yes, the set 1 masteries are timeless and they're very powerful, we're tired of seeing them. So it's time to break the mold and start anew and build some new decks. This is also great for any new players that are getting into the game. Now they don't have to go back to sets 1 and 2 and buy all these staple cards. They can start fresh with the Awakening set, buy some select cards from the older sets, but just know that, you know, the format that they're gonna enter in is gonna be the format that everyone's playing. This frozen list is going to come with a few caveats, so they're not going to add any cards to the list until at least 2 years after they come out. This means that, you know, cards that you buy, you're going to be able to use them for at least 2 years. If you spend some money now in the game as these new sets are released, you're not going to have to worry about those cards going away immediately. They want to see the new stuff used, so this makes sense. And I feel like they forced our hand on this, guys. I feel like if, as a competitive community, we would have just started using the new things and been experimenting in organized play, this list may not have ever existed. But the old masteries are tried and true, and it's hard to go away from what we know works. So I, for one, am in support of the frozen list. I want to see new things. Another condition of this frozen list is no MPs will ever enter on this list, which is very exciting. You know, main personalities are what defines the game. They're what defines your deck. Mastery cards, they kind of support your deck. They do help you define the deck, but MP cards matter more in terms of deck building than mastery cards do. And this is also going to ensure that all the old MPs maybe only singularly got one stack. This is their way that they're going to do rotation, so they're never actually going to rotate out personalities. They're just going to choose select cards that they're going to freeze for the health of the game. And they did say that they're going to be changing this list quite frequently. They did say that they're going to unfreeze some of the premier masteries faster than others. And if I had to guess, I would say it would probably be Saiyan, maybe Namekian, as well as I think Red might come back pretty quickly, because unless the new Red Mastery gains anger, MPBV is traditionally defined in Red style, and you took away our real MPBV mastery, so I'm thinking that mastery may come back quickly. So I'm sure we're going to be seeing other cards enter on this frozen list. Some cards that I think that might enter on the frozen list, you know, the stipulation is they can't have been reprinted, so no like promo reprints or starter deck reprints. So in black style, we may be seeing Black Command. I mean, these cards have entered and exited, you know, 90% of the black decks for the course of the entire game, so I would not be surprised if any of these cards were frozen. Orange Devouring Drill, you know, with Unleash and more leveling coming out, they may just want to freeze Orange Devouring Drill just to try to promote different kinds of leveling. A Dragon Radar, just an extremely strong setup, and especially with the new Earth Dragon Balls coming out, Dragon Radar may just get a boost that makes it too strong. Blue Guard is going to see a lot of play. Blue Guard got a lot of play in the Protective Mastery, but it's also going to see a lot of play in the new Blue Resolute Mastery, so I can see that card going away and being frozen as well. Namekian Knee Block and Namekian Hurried Quest, just two timeless cards. You know, Namekian Knee Block giving passive anger. You know, Panini doesn't really like passive play. So if they would freeze Black Command, I could see them freezing Namekian Knee Block as well. And again, Hurried Quest going along with the idea that these Earth Dragon Balls may be extremely powerful. We may see Namekian Hurried Quest get frozen. As well as, if I could think of one Saiyan card that I would see being frozen, it would be Saiyan Rescue. Saiyan Rescue is one of those cards that it's just almost in every single Saiyan deck. It's hard not to justify it as a one-of, and I could see it being frozen. But enough about the frozen list. If you're a strong player, you're not going to be affected by this. You're going to be able to adapt and overcome, and, you know, figure out new combos and maybe better combos than you did before. Panini is taking off our set 1 blinders, and I thank them for it. So moving along here, we have Goku MP, which I'm pretty excited about. This guy is definitely reminiscent of the original Cell Saga Goku that was released. His powers are just very generally good. They don't stand out in anything in particular, which just means that they're saying, hey, you know, Goku's a main personality, you should be using him, guys, and we're just gonna give him a really powerful stack that you can just figure out whatever that you want to use him in. Goku Training stands as one of the strongest level 1s in the game, reaching E bracket on level 1. Now, a lot of players have compared this level 1 to Goku, because not only does he reach E on level 1, but he also has a draw power that's very similar. The difference being that Goku is a power action that you use during combat. You also have to destroy the top card of your life deck, and Goku Training is just a when entering combat ability, so you get it before the combat even starts. Goku Training also has a +1 mod, which kind of even brings him closer to the power that Goku used to have. So I made the comment on the forums that I feel like they created this Goku just so we could use Goku without having to buy Goku. There's a lot of good Goku builds out there, but I feel like you need Goku in order for them to be competitive. Well, they kind of gave us an answer for that. I don't have, you know, $80, $90, $100 to spend on a Goku, but I do have $15 to spend on an Awakening starter. I think it's pretty strong, it's pretty general, you know, it's going to really be dependent on the deck that you play him in. You're probably going to want him to play him in some sort of an aggressive deck because you're drawing a card. So it's a random card, it could be a dead card, you're not sure. But there are other level 1s that stand up to this one. There have been some talk on the forums about power creep. I don't think I'm seeing power creep with this guy. If you straight compare him to Goku, Goku came out in set 1. He's very comparable. Moving on to Goku Determine, which is very reminiscent again of Goku Super Saiyan from the Cell Saga, which drew the bottom card of your discard pile. This guy also draws the bottom card of your discard pile with a power, but he also gives you the option of discarding a card from your hand to do a critical damage. He gives you a +1 mod to everything and makes it so your opponent's attacks do -1 life card. Just really solid again, you know, the -1 on your opponents is not going to matter in every matchup, although it does seem like they're trying to push energy attacks in this set in general. So I do think that it's going to have more of an impact in the Awakening meta than it does in this current meta. Goku Courageous is up next, and this guy is super strong. All of your attacks are going to be doing +2 life cards, and that includes his own power. Not only that, but he's an F on his top 2 stages. He has a physical attack that does AT +2 life cards and allows you to draw the top or bottom card of your discard pile, which is great. It gives you options, so you're going to be able to draw the bottom card of your discard pile. You know, you should have been able to set something up with your previous level, drawing through some dead cards, or you can draw the top card of your discard pile, which can allow for some serious combos. So you can see obvious applications with Goku in Red Ruthless, because he's going to be able to draw a card on every level, which just fuels the Red Ruthless mastery of adding extra damage and being able to perform a frenzy of attacks. Goku Selfless is Goku's new level 4, and it is just great. +2 life cards on all your attacks, while your opponent's attacks are doing -2, which is just going to ensure that you're pushing out more damage. His power is going to allow you to search your life deck, discard pile, or banish zone for a styled card and put it to your hand. Super powerful. This means you're going to be able to get things like Blue Terror, Saiyan Prep Ball, amazing blocks like Outrage, Blue Shifting Maneuver, Blue Guard. This power is going to have limitless applications. It is funny that Goku seems to play from the Banish Zone a lot. His Premier level 4 gets drills from the Banish Zone. His Evolution level 4 gets allies from the Banish Zone. Now this level 4 gets styled cards from the Banish Zone. It's like all those times that Goku died and came back to life is being fully represented in this card game. He is eternal, and he just keeps coming back from the Banish Zone. So what types of decks are you going to be using with this guy? Well, pretty much anything you want. Just the applications are limitless. He's the most general personality that has probably been released in this game thus far. You could use him in anything that you want, and it'll be good. He does have obvious synergy with Red Ruthless, so I expect to see a lot of Goku Red Ruthless when this guy comes out. But overall, as you can see with Goku, his level 1 and his level 2 are probably stronger than a lot of other level 1 and level 2s out there. Like, I would say he's strong. He's definitely stronger than his Premier level 1, that's for sure. As well as his Evolution 1. You know, it's kind of a weak, mediocre attack that only helps you after combat's over. So we got a really strong level 1 and 2 with card advantage, but the level 3 and level 4 are kind of weaker in comparison. Goku Courageous is extremely powerful, and don't misunderstand me when I say that the old level 3s of Goku may be better, because it is difficult sometimes to set up a good card draw on the top and bottom. But it's also important to note that this level 3 falls in line with the idea that level 3s in general are stronger than their level 4 counterparts, because with this guy you're going to get an AT plus 4 life card attack and a card draw, whereas the Goku Selfless is only giving you 1 card of advantage. However, the old level 3 Gokus, you know, being able to cherry pick a setup or drill from your discard pile, being able to cherry pick an ally from your discard pile or life deck, you know, and do a 6 life card damage attack, the damage is comparable and you get card advantage, so they're very similar. So there's no power creep. Whereas the Goku Selfless is only giving you 1 card. So the old Goku level 4s can give you multiple cards and allow for a longer string of combos and effects. But he is going to come in the starter decks with the new Blue Resolute Mastery, which has some good feels from the old blue style prevention cards. You're going to get a +1 life card to mod to all your attacks, which is great because blue has some amazing life card attacks already. You got blue head knock, you got blue rejection, blue blanketing blast, you know, blue floating beam. There's a ton of excellent life card pushing blue attacks, so this mastery is just going to go great with all of those. Not only that, but it has a power that you're going to be able to discard a card from your hand, to draw a card, and prevent 4 life cards and 4 power stages for the next attack your opponent performs. Now this is great and very different from the Blue Protective Mastery, but I do like that they're keeping the synergies very similar. So it's a defensive card that you have to discard a card from your hand, which makes it along the lines of Blue Protective, but the difference is that instead of trading for a block, you're using a card from your hand for a block and to have some anger control. You're staying neutral. You have the same amount of cards. You actually have cards cycling and the potential to activate discard abilities like Blue Guard and Blue Lifting Drill while also having some defense. The defense is a lot weaker. You're still going to let hit effects go through, and there's a lot of cards that stop prevention, and it's even hurts doubly because your opponent can kind of play around this where if you activate the mastery and then they use a card that has a powerful hit effect, you're gonna wanna block it, but if you block it, then you're wasting the mastery's prevention ability. So I'm excited to see what kind of blue prevention comes out in this set. I love prevention and I love blue's prevention. Blue Majin Buu Saga Mastery was a big mastery in the Score Z game. I loved playing with that mastery. And I can't wait to see more blue discard abilities. We have 2 really strong ones already, as I mentioned earlier. Blue Lifting Drill is going to be spectacular with this mastery. Just to be able to get the +2 life card damage on everything, that's going to be really strong. So I'm excited for the reign of blue style guys. You know, Black Devious kind of overtook the format for a while. It hasn't been winning too many tournaments. Red style has been winning a lot, as well as Saiyan style has been. But the modifier on Devious has always been looming over our heads. But this modifier on the Blue Resolute Mastery is just going to be great. So stay tuned, guys, because we're going to be releasing a video. Now, I know I say this every time, but I promise you now, I'm going to be good about this, guys. I'm going to be releasing a video for every single preview of MP stack and mastery that we have. Stay tuned over the next couple days because I'm going to be releasing that Vegeta video, and you know I have a lot to say about that. Please don't hesitate to hit that like button if you like this video, and as always, turn your dial to Random Number Gaming for weekly updates for the Dragon Ball Z card game.